What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
What's up, Rob?
Tuesday.
What's going on, man?
NBA season starts.
I know,
Tuesday.
we're in it, dude. We're in it. By the way, it's the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog, Brandon Harper, I'm Rob Jenners. That, of course, is seven-time NBA champion Robert Ory, and we are in it. Are you working tonight? You're working tonight, right?
No, I'm off tonight.
Oh, you're off tonight.
Yeah, but I will be attending the game. It's TNT exclusive, so
Okay.
I'm not working tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
I think we should right now. I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we should pick. We should pick. Let's see, it's 8 teams to make the playoffs. So we should pick 6 teams and see who's going to be correct and who's going to make the playoffs. So we starting right now. I was thinking about this because we always
do it.
debate
Okay, so you want to do it both sides of the 6 that aren't playing teams is what you want.
Yeah. So I think for next time we come on, we have our 6 teams ready because we can look at the first week of games and say, okay, the new additions are going to make this team better. The new additions aren't going to help this team. So
set an appointment next week. Come on back to the show, and we will each have to do a little homework and have 6 teams from the East and 6 teams from the West based on the first week that we think are going to be actual playoff teams. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. We're actually going to get to some stuff on this week's show about hot takes. We're doing around the hot takes, and this is compiled from media personalities and online people and people that have been running their mouth on television this week about some stuff that's going to happen this NBA season. We're going to play some audio. We're going to go through it all, and I'm going to get your guys' opinion, and we'll talk all about this in a little bit here about what is like a legitimate statement and what is just someone talking out of their ass. Now, we do know that everybody loves to just talk out of their ass when it comes to making predictions about a season that hasn't even started yet. But we're going to go through everybody's hot takes in a little bit here. But we are back. NBA's back tonight. Not working, but you're going to be in the building for the Timberwolves and the Lakers tonight at Crypto. We got the Knicks Celtics tipping it off, which is going to lead us to, and we were talking about this briefly before the show started in a different capacity, the prices to get in the door for these NBA games tonight. Most expensive ticket in the door for tonight's home opener is obviously the Knicks and the Celtics. It's at Madison Square Garden. In the door, $335. That's like you were talking about with the Dodgers tickets. That's probably you're sitting on the roof of Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? Like you're not anywhere near the floor, and you're paying $335 in the door. But not surprised. Not surprised.
Wow.
With the Celtics there and all the hype around the Knicks this offseason, that makes sense, right?
I think so because you think about it, it's the champions, and they're coming into New York. Everybody thinks the mecca of basketball is New York, so that's the thing. Plus, we all know New York is expensive as hell any damn way. So that's gonna be a great ticket. It's gonna be a great game.
That should be a good game.
I think, after watching Carl, on the team, I think they're gonna work out. I know I said I was gonna be a little bit worried about it, but that was preseason. That's why I really want to watch this game to see how they're gonna play together. Meaning. Cat and Brunson.
Yeah, and everybody, all those players they got. The number 2 in the door ticket actually kind of surprised me. Knicks at the Pacers. The Pacers home opener is number 2 as far as home openers go. $239 to get in the door in Indiana.
Hoosiers, man.
Hoosiers, man. I guess so, dude.
Basketball.
Are they riding the high off of last year still, I guess?
I think so. I think, Indiana is known for basketball, and I think Caitlin Clark effect, it's just when you have the love of basketball, it's just hype from female basketball to male basketball. I just think the hype's there. And now you got the first home game, season that went to, Eastern Conference Finals. I think they think they're going to be there. So,
yeah.
That kind of surprised me.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on in Indiana already. So one hand kind of rinses the other when it comes to everything that's going on. So, and Indiana was a surprise last year in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
It's just a crossover.
And good for you for taking Indiana's success last year and putting the Caitlin Clark effect on it. Good job.
Well, it's just think about it. The
I
WNBA
guess it does,
season
though.
just
It does.
ended.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like it's like when you smoke a cigar that it's the taste of that stays in your mouth for a while. So
and everybody around you can smell it too. Like, oh, you've been smoking a cigar. The number 3, by the way, ticket in the door was the Lakers, obviously at the Timberwolves. So the reverse of tonight's game, when the Timberwolves are at home, it's $130 in the door, and that's pretty much where the fall off happens. Those 3 are the top 3. Here's where we go down. Ready for the low ones?
Can we guess?
Go ahead. Who do you think's home opener is the cheapest to get into?
The Hawks.
You know what? Believe it or not, the Hawks are not in the bottom 5. I have the bottom 5 here.
I wasn't going to say the Hawks. I was going to say Utah.
The Jazz are not in the bottom 5, believe it or not. There are actually a couple teams in the bottom 5 I'm very surprised about.
It's probably San Antonio.
No, Spurs aren't down there.
Dang, who else
Orlando.
could it be?
The Orlando Magic, 5th from the bottom, $12 in the door.
$12.
$12 to get in the door to see the Magic play their home opener.
Charlotte.
Charlotte was second to last. $9 in the door if you want to see the Charlotte Hornets. $9.
Cleveland.
No, Cavs weren't down there.
Memphis.
New Jersey.
Oh,
New
Memphis.
Jersey.
Oh, well, you're both right. You're technically right, but wrong. It's not New Jersey anymore. It's Brooklyn. But yes,
Brooklyn.
The
Yeah.
Nets. Yes, the Nets. $11 in the door. Harps at the Grizzlies. They're $10 in the door. No one's gotten the cheapest ticket on the board yet. By the way, it's $3.
Is it surprising?
A little bit. Not like fall out of your seat surprising, but I was a little bit surprised it was this cheap.
It's not Portland.
No, it's not Portland. $3 in the door.
Phoenix.
Oh, God, no. It better not be Phoenix. Not with the lineup they got to pay.
No.
Charging $3 to get in the door.
Houston?
No, it's not the Rockets either. I'll give it to you. $3 in the door to see your Chicago Bulls
Fuck out of here.
take
No
on the
way.
New Orleans Pelicans. You can get in the door for $3. I don't even think it costs you $3 to drive to the arena. How is it that cheap to get in the door? $3.
Gas.
Is that a standing room ticket on like Jerry does in Jerry's World?
It's got to be something like that because it makes no sense otherwise. $3.
That's just for you to spend $3 just to be in the arena.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like you want to get in.
Just walk
Again, these are
around.
in the door. These aren't good seats.
Yeah.
Just get in the door. But good Lord, man, is Chicago in that hard of dire straits? Like,
Chicago ain't.
They,
I mean, they're getting Lonzo back, but other than that,
I haven't really heard much of anything about the Bulls.
Like they get
there's nothing worth.
I get you. If your highlight is you're getting Lonzo back, then
Well, I mean, but it is. I mean, and then everything was centered around
And Zach
Zach
LaVine.
LaVine. But
Yeah.
there's nothing to talk about in regards to the Bulls.
yeah, this is true.
No, I mean,
Not for us. Not for us. Except for the Bulls fans that are holding out for hope that Zach LaVine is going to be an All-Star this year. So, I did want to touch on before we get to hot takes, a couple of things. Before we'll come back to the Lakers because we're talking a little bit about the Lakers. I wanted to congratulate the New York Liberty.
Yes.
yeah.
Holy cow! Took that game to 5 series, all 5 games. Took the series to 5. Jonquil Jones named 2024 Finals MVP. The story though was Cheryl Reeve, Lynx coach.
Yeah, she went off.
She had a moment after the game. I'm gonna play it just so we can talk about it. But I was very surprised.
You know, it's a shame that officiating, had such a hand in a series like this, because that was not a foul. That call should have been reversed on that challenge. If we would have turned that clip in, they would have told us that it was marginal contact, no foul. Guaranteed. But the 3 people that are on the game need a third party to let them know, because that decided the game. And I know all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on, right? Bring it on, because this shit was stolen from us. Bring it on.
Whoa! It was the shit was stolen from us at the end. That I mean, like everything else, I was like, okay, she's mad.
Yeah, I saw the play.
This
she
is
was
all
talking
fair
about.
game. The minute she said this shit was stolen from us, I was like, that's a fine. That's a fine.
Oh, she was going to be fined anyway.
I know.
she was
I
gonna
guess
be
she was
fine.
getting her money for
Because
it, but-
she was criticizing the officials in the call. But I saw the play that she was talking about.
Talking about the
and
foul on Bronny Stewart, I think, right?
She was right.
Yeah. It didn't. I mean, it looks like I watched a lot of the replays. It looks like she got most of the ball.
Look, man, we talk about this often because we've seen this in the NBA a lot of times. There are times where we think officials just kind of need to swallow their whistle. I'm looking at that play, and obviously Breonna Stewart is a superstar, so you got superstar calls in a sense. But I looked at that play, and I'm like, nah, they could have done without that foul call. They really could have. Like, that wasn't that, like she said, that really was the game right there, the deciding factor in that game, and I don't think that should have been the case.
Yeah. Liberty they should have lost that game. Then they got help. I'm like watching Sabrina. Did you see her stat line?
Yeah.
1 for 19.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was I was like 0 for 9 at the half or something. It was like oh.
I'm like, it get to a point where your teammates be like, yo, man, stop shooting the fucking ball and pass it, man. But even with that said, they still won. But I just think sometimes when you look at a game and you think about what the Minnesota Lynx had to go through this shit and how they just fought, and Collier, who should have been MVP, she just carried that team on her back. And I just feel bad for Lynx because they pretty much got, Pulp Fiction then.
It sucks when any game, especially a game as pivotal as an elimination win-all, be-all game like that, hangs on a call. You just hate it. You hate it. And it's like, I mean, should it have been called? Probably not, but hindsight's 20/20. So, like, what are the calls? I should know this. I don't. What are the rules about challenging calls? Can you challenge a call in the NBA like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did they challenge
That's a new rule.
it? Or could they challenge it?
Well, I don't know about in the WNBA. In the NBA, you can. I don't know if that's the rule in the WNBA, which I doubt because that would have been challenged.
It will.
I would imagine, right? Unless it's like but
you
don't. Do you have a certain amount of challenges you can use?
Yeah, you got a couple.
Right. Okay.
You got one per half, and
yeah, and if you fail, if you lose that challenge, then you lose that. If you win the challenge, you keep it.
Okay, but if you lose the challenge, you lose it.
Yeah, you take away a timeout.
Okay. Yeah. So do we know? We don't know if that applies to the WNBA.
I don't think it applies to them because I think if it did in that moment, it would have happened.
You would imagine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, but congratulations to the Liberty. It's a cool. New York got a title. Something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Finally.
Dodgers and Yankees in the World Series. Yankees are trying to do it, but
Boy, they got one before the Knicks did.
Yeah. They sure did. Like we were just talking about.
Are you hating on the Knicks?
No, the Knicks do it to themselves. They've been doing it to themselves for years.
Yeah, Harb's like, I ain't got to hate on them. They hate on themselves.
Like,
man.
bro, y'all, they throw celebrations for second round wins. Like, come on now.
I think that's pretty much every franchise except the Lakers and Celtics.
But my thing is, when people talk about the Knicks, you talk about the Knicks as if they're this franchise that has been in contention for every year, every other year since
1999.
Since Bernard King played. Like, come on, dog. That ain't been the case. You're riding off the rep of New York and Madison Square Garden and the allure of everything that New York is. Other than that, man, have a seat.
Really
good for you, man.
I'm so sick and tired of this, bro.
You know what it is too. If you go to a game, there's still a lot of Ewing jerseys in the stands, which means like, hey, we're hanging on to what we know was good.
Yeah, no.
Remember when Ewing was there? Remember that? Yeah, remember how good he was? Okay. Remember when Rob beat him in the finals?
Like somebody said, if you want to know about the Knicks, look at the History Channel. If you want to know about anything pertaining to the Knicks, look at the History Channel because that's where all their glory is.
Them and the Cowboys.
Really?
Knicks and the Cowboys. All right, let's get back to the Lakers. Rob, you said you weren't working tonight, but you're going to be at the game. You'll be in the building,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
You want to start with Westside Knecht, as Snoop called him?
Snoop done gave his man a Westside Knecht.
Snoop called Westside
Knecht. Too early for a nickname, Unc, but okay.
Hey, man, you come out, and even if it's preseason, 35 points, 7 boards. 8 3-pointers made, including the icer in overtime. He scored 20 of the Lakers' last 22 points. In that game on Friday. Damn.
I've never been more happy and more sad all in one moment because I had that game. I'm like, it's a preseason game, and I hate fucking overtime and preseason. I got to sit in the studio 30 more minutes.
Oh, you were mad because you had to work? Oh, good Lord.
I had to work 30 more minutes, man. I had to sit there for 30. You got to think, it's a difference of getting home at 11:30 and 12 o'clock.
No, I mean, I get it. But, I mean, dude, you're talking a half an hour. You've been there all night. Just hang out.
Exactly.
Man.
But, it's funny. I was happy for Knecht. And, if you watch this kid play, he's just, he's a very smart player. He knows how to get his shot off. He knows how to move his body like a vet and position himself. He's like, this guy, think about it. He's, nobody's ever going to talk about this, but I guarantee he's playing with a chip on his shoulder this year because he went so low. Because you think about it, he won SEC Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. He was killing it through. At what he averaged like 35 points throughout the season in college. And he drops down to like 17. Oh, he playing with a chip on
19?
his shoulder.
Didn't he go at like 19 or something?
Yeah, he went low. And also because of his, I think some people saying because of his age. What is he, 23, 24?
23, yeah.
So, I mean, hey, could the Lakers have the steal of the draft that's not named Bronny James and he's a first-round pick? Possibly. Hey, cool. The guy is kind of flying under the radar because he dropped low.
Not anymore.
Well, no, but
he got. I think too, he got caught in the Bronny James nonsense too, where he got to kind of step back a little and go, "Okay, I'm gonna be back here while y'all freak out about Bronny."
Yeah, he'll be all right. But let's see him continue to develop because the preseason is one thing, but I want to see this in the regular season. Because that's when it's really needed and that's when it really counts.
Good to see a game like that, though, especially in a game where AD scored 35 and put up 10 boards and stuff. And
that's cool.
He made 4 3-pointers.
You talking about somebody I don't care about what they do in the preseason. I don't care.
No, I know. But, I mean,
don't care.
To have AD have a night like that and to have Knecht have a night like that as well, it's all right, cool.
Let me see it again.
Good. Play off each other.
Red season started tonight, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, well, this is where it counts.
All right.
I will say this, though. I was really happy that the Lakers gave Quincy Olivier.
Oh, yeah.
Two-way.
Yeah, two-way deal. Yeah. He was at Xavier, right?
Yeah, he was Xavier, 4 years and then grad transferred to Xavier. Yeah. And his interview after the game, man, had me in tears because he was in tears. I was like, damn. He's talking about how his passion for the game and how he was so excited that Booker and KD knew who he was, and then that he had the chance to take a picture with Steph Curry, and Steph Curry knew who he was. And it's weird when you're a rookie and you look up to these guys, and all of a sudden you playing alongside them or playing against them, and they actually know who you are. It's like the biggest pat on the back, and he really appreciates that moment. So I'm happy for him that the Lakers gave him a shot.
Yeah,
good for him. I also thought it was good for what it was worth again as preseason. Bronny Saturday night, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. The respectable showing again preseason, but the previous few had been not so good.
We're gonna hear about everything he do.
Well,
he's gonna go to the bathroom. We're gonna want to hear whether he went number 1 or number 2.
Bronny was 0 for 2 from the urinal. He peed on the wall.
Yeah,
it's a respectable start though to this. No, I just thought it was good for him to see actually like in a game perform. Actually have some numbers.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I mean.
Even though it was like a summer league game, it's better than what he did in the summer league. So I was happy for him that he was. Hopefully, he knocked the rust off and he can like take a deep breath and relax.
You'd hope. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it works out. All right, before we get to hot takes, and I have a lot of them. Oh my goodness, so many hot takes as people got started for the season. I wanna talk about our friends at DraftKings sponsoring this week's show. We very much appreciate them.
Yeah, the NBA is finally back, baby. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Sometimes it's Anthony Davis, sometimes it's Dallas Knecht. Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and prop bets, and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, home of the NBA player props. And if this is your first time and you're new to DraftKings, don't sweat it. New customers, if you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets immediately. Instant.
A free throw, 2 points, 3 points. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbooks. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BIGSHOTBOB. That's code BIGSHOTBOB for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only DraftKings. The crown is Yours.
Nice. But again, the code is Big Shot Bob. And here's all the legal jargon we got to do. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/bball. All right, hot takes came to me this week because of our buddy Kendrick Perkins, who laid down arguably one of the most, I don't know if this is ridiculous or out of line, or maybe I'm wrong by thinking that, hot takes I've heard in ages, and he prefaced it with, "This is not a hot take." And I'm like, Perk, what the hell are you talking about, buddy?
This is not a hot take, but when you think about his history and you think about now and everything that Legs just alluded to, 6 months and still problems with his knee, right? And every single season it's a problem when it comes down to Kawhi Leonard health. I really think Kawhi Leonard should consider retiring. And I'm a huge fan of Kawhi Leonard, but we done seen and witnessed so many guys go through these problems when dealing with swelling in the knee, when there's only so many surgeries that you could have.
All right, so according to Kendrick Perkins, Kyrie Irving, who still has 3 years left on his deal, is owed about $150 million in guaranteed money from the Clippers, should really seriously consider retiring.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Redo that. You said Kyrie Irving.
You mean Kawhi Leonard?
Oh, Kawhi Leonard. My bad. Yeah, no. I don't know why I said Kyrie Irving. My bad. Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, no. Good call. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, who has all that time and money owed. Although I think Kyrie Irving's got some money owed to him, too, just in a different city. But, yeah, Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, no, go ahead. Hang him up, buddy. I know you're owed $150 million from the Clippers, but no, it's cool. Hang him up.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I'm frustrated with Kawhi because it's the same old thing every single year. You trade away Paul George this year, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, then everything is on Kawhi's back as it should be because he's the superstar, but the problem with him is he's never available. And hence, now we have talking about he's not going to be available again at the beginning of the season. At some point in time, it's something more wrong with him. It's not just whatever they're saying, whatever the report says it is, it's something going on. And he should retire because you can't consistently be the superstar and this be happening every single year, especially with you now moving into a new arena. He might really need to think about retiring. He won't do it, but he really needs to start thinking about retiring.
He could think about retiring in 3 years when he collects his $150 million of guaranteed money. Because I would imagine if you retire, do you forfeit the duration of your contract?
Yep.
I would imagine so, right?
Away. Yeah.
So, no, he could retire for 3 years.
No, it doesn't make sense for him to retire. I get it. But
after 3 years, should he think about it? I mean,
sure.
Ultimately, I guess the question is somebody else going to be willing to pay him in 3 years' time?
No.
I don't even think he loves the game enough to play again after this contract. Because for me, you think about this. When you have knee problems like this and all of a sudden you keep going to all these different doctors and not your team doctor, to me, as an owner, as a man, I'm like, you want to use our doctors, but yet you keep having knee problems? Nah, dude. We got to work out something where we can buy you out and we can use that money for something else because I don't think his love for the game is there. He's a hell of a player, and when he's healthy, he's top 10 player. But is the love there? Is the love there to get yourself ready to compete? Because it's like you knew your knees were messed up when you joined the Olympic team. Why are you joining the Olympic team when you know you should be somewhere rehabbing? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I don't know. Only his crew know what's going on with him. So
yeah, I mean, but I agree with Harp in the sense that there is something more going on, I think, with him than just these little injuries. Because, and I say little injuries, but they've been big injuries and they've nagged him for a long time. But you're right, Rob. Like, where's the passion to want to get better? to want to, like, where's the videos of you rehabbing and working out? And I mean, God, like when dudes get hurt and they want back in the game, you see stuff all the time of, oh, they've been in the gym, they've been at the doctor, they've been visiting with a physical therapist, all that. And while he may be doing any of that, there's no, like, he's not a very exciting person anyway, but there's no excitement in him to be like, I'm busting my ass to get back on the floor. It's just kind of like a complacency of, well, I'm out. And I'm going to be out until I feel better. And everyone's just going to have to roll with it. And I don't get it. I don't get it. But, I mean, he ain't going to retire. Sorry, Perk. I love you. Should he? Should he? Yeah, of course. Is he going to? Hell no. And I still think there's going to be somebody stupid enough to pay him in 3 years. On the hopes that he's going to find some, or he's going to come back as last year of his Clippers deal, and he's going to have some kind of breakout season, and somebody else going to give him a contract, give him 3 years and stupid money to play somewhere, and then sit on the bench.
Hey, he ain't no dummy. He gonna know what he needs to do.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. All right, how many games will Ben Simmons play this season? The Bovada line, official betting line of Bovada, has it set at 44.5. Are you going to bet the over, or are you going to bet the under? On Ben Simmons games this season at 44.5, you're going under.
I'm betting the under.
What?
And I hope I'm wrong, but I'm betting the under.
Well, I mean, like, on what premise? Just history?
Just history. You think about this, when you play basketball, your body, it gets beat up. His body hasn't been beat up in a long, long time. So that's when injuries happen because you're not used to being sore. And, the mechanics start switching up. And his mechanics have been bad throughout his career. And so now with him his body getting beat up and his experiencing some things that he hadn't experienced in a while, he's going to be out for a game just due to soreness. He's going to be out due to, just fatigue. He's going to be out just for precautionary measurements. So he's going to get about 40 games. I think they're going to use this year just to try to see if they can get a full year out of him next year.
Well, the Hawks have him in their season opener tomorrow in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. We'll see if he touches the floor.
Oh, he'll start.
Get the eye test.
The eye test. He will. I have no doubt that at this point they're going to roll him out there, whether he feels like he's ready or not. They're like,
well, he's played in the preseason.
He has played the preseason. But
who he play for?
who he played for? I don't know who he played for, but he played for somebody the preseason. I feel like they will roll him out at this point. And even he's said it. There's so much negative press around him being a guy that can't play. Dude, at some point, you're going to have to get back on the damn floor.
But it's not the fact that you can't play. It's the fact that you don't play. There's a difference. We know, we've seen Ben Simmons be able to play ball. We know what his potential is. We know what he can do. We understand his size. We understand his strength. We know that he can't shoot. At this point, wanting Ben Simmons to shoot, that ship has sailed. Because now we just want you to play. Now we just want you on the floor. We want you to have enough. We want you to have enough gall and enough gumption to step on the floor. Not in the summertime and then be taking videos and pictures of everything of you dunking. No, on an actual NBA floor in the regular season with 4 other guys with the same jersey on.
Oh, you're asking a lot. You're asking a lot.
And earning your money. So that's what I'm looking for. So tomorrow night, Wednesday night, what is
yeah, today's Tuesday.
Yes, October 23rd.
Night. Yep.
We'll see. Hawks versus Brooklyn. We'll see.
Hey,
you didn't give me an answer.
Basically, what you're saying is earn that $40 million.
Yes, but you didn't give me an answer. Over under 44.5.
Oh, under.
Everybody's going under. Wow.
Oh, look.
Ain't nobody got faith in this man.
Look, my expectations are based off what you've shown me. Show me something different. Now, do I have hope? Sure. But my expectations are based on what I can't be disappointed when what you've shown me is what I now expect.
Okay.
Low management at its best.
What you want me to do?
Oh yeah, he's gonna. And I think, and Rob, it's a good point because I didn't even think about it. His body is gonna need recovery time just from playing regularly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not even from getting his ass kicked, just from playing regularly. His body will need recovery time. All right,
think about it. When he came back from sitting out with the mental issues, he came back as soon as he stepped in the court, he got hurt. So it's just like, and he wasn't even playing. So
all right, Chandler Parsons brought back this narrative from last year, but says this is the year that we see it. Luka and Kyrie will show this season why they are the best backcourt duo in NBA history.
Why do we listen to Chandler Parsons?
We don't, but I like the hot takes. I like making fun of people's hot takes. And this was, we're bringing back another hot take. This was the hot take.
He another one that didn't earn his money.
And who? Chandler Parsons?
Because he can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
He made good money, but he certainly didn't earn it.
Hey, let me correct you. He made great fucking money.
My bad.
For a guy who didn't fucking play.
He made
and I
great
love Chandler.
money.
He's a coolest dude, but that mug, when he got that bag and he was like hurt.
Bruh. I said, how many games did he play? Are he retiring? Oh, okay. Bet.
Now I'm curious. How many games did Chandler Parsons play?
Because he got
curious.
paid.
But when you got fuck you money like old boy down in Dallas, you can do that.
Yeah, this whole.
All right. Any guesses?
How many games?
How many games Chandler Parsons played? He announced his retirement in 2022.
He probably played a total of 35 games with his last 2 to 3 seasons.
Well, I didn't say his last 2 to 3 seasons.
You talking about completely?
Total in his career. Let me give you the years that he played from. 2011 to 2020. So he got a good 9 seasons of NBA basketball.
What, 200 games maybe?
No, he played 446 games.
Yeah, but most of those were when he was with the Rockets.
Let's see. The first 3 seasons with the Rockets, he played 63, 76, 74.
Yeah.
Then he went to Dallas, he played 66, 61. Then he went to Memphis, where he played 34,
2, 3, or 4.
36, 29, and then came to Atlanta and played 5 games.
5 games. Yep.
So, yeah, he fell off quick.
Yep.
But do you have any faith that we're going to see? Now, again, I think, for me, the Kyrie-Luka thing outperformed any expectation I had for it last year.
Yes.
It really did. I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a battle for the ball. I thought there was going to be a lot more take than there was going to be give, and that was largely opposite of what we saw. We saw both those guys play very well and play very well off each other. Do you think that they have another year like that?
I think you got to give a lot of credit to Kyrie. Kyrie took a huge back seat. That's what his problem was up in Boston. And he wanted to take a back seat. And look, he said, okay, I'm getting up in age and here, do your thing. But do I see him making the Western Conference Finals again? Not at all. Not at all. I just think that was lightning bolt in the bottle, and it happened this one year. It won't happen again. And Luka, when you go this far in the playoffs as they did, people find holes in your offense and your defense. They found a big hole in their defense and just ISO Luka. Just go at Luka, and it would be one of those things that, you score at will. And I think that's going to kill him, because I think a lot of times, we were talking about top 10 on our show the other day, and everybody got mad because I didn't put Luka in my top 10. I'm like, because the motherfucker don't play no defense. He don't play no defense, and he gets too many texts from me. So that's why he's not in my top 10. So I think that's a big detriment to their team.
And proving that they're the best backcourt, I mean, my goodness, do we forget about Steph and Clay and what they did? I mean,
apparently
they won titles. And they're the greatest shooting backcourt of all time.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson put that in the air before we even saw what we saw. So shout out to Mark Jackson once again. Neither one of them play defense. And here's the thing about Kyrie. I love Kyrie. Kyrie, as much as box office as he is when it comes to having the basketball on the string, I mean, because it's poetry in motion when you see him handle the rock. To a degree, Kyrie's overrated. Because Kyrie is a guy who has the talent of somebody who can be the man, but he's never been the man anywhere he's been. He needed LeBron when he was in Cleveland. He needs Luka and everybody else around him in Dallas. He's never won a scoring title. He's never won an MVP. For a number 1 overall pick, is a bit overrated. I understand how talented he is, but he's a bit overrated for being a number 1 pick in the way we talk about him. But him have never won a scoring title. Him had never won an MVP. And that's just the way I see it.
I get it.
It's a little bit obnoxious to say that these two could go down as the greatest backcourt duo when neither one of them play defense.
Yeah. I don't worry about the scoring title. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about the MVP because you think about when he came into the league, he was on a team that sucked. So you wasn't going to win MVP. Then you got LeBron, you won a championship. And then you got pissed off at LeBron and you venture off to other places. He's never been on a good team where he can be MVP. And he's never been first fiddle again since he got LeBron.
But that's the issue.
It's going to be hard.
But
it ain't his fault, though.
But he the number one pick.
You know, number one picks
does that mean that you have to be the man?
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Kyrie isn't a dynamic player, but I think sometimes the way we speak about him, we're speaking of him as if he's a franchise player. He's a guy that plays alongside it. Think about it. When he went in with Dallas, that's Luka's team. Cleveland was Kyrie's team when LeBron left. And then when LeBron came back, that was LeBron's team. Even when he went to with the Celtics, that's not his team. That's Jason Tatum's team. Matter of fact, they went to the finals when he left. So what I'm saying is nowhere he's been has he been the man and they've been good.
Well, you gotta see this. You slapped him in the face when you gotta understand. You go back to that series when they came back 3-1. That wasn't all LeBron.
It wasn't.
It wasn't all LeBron. It was Kyrie. Who hit the game-winning shot to win the series.
Okay.
So I see your point, but I think you a little hard on him because he hasn't won a scoring title. He hasn't won the MVP. But for overall, I guarantee you got to pick. And so out of all the point guards in this league right now, and I'm not counting Steph as a point guard.
Why not?
Because he's not a good point guard. He's not. He plays the position. Think about how many times does Steph bring the ball up? None. He doesn't bring the ball up.
He doesn't ever bring the ball up.
He brings up if there's 30 possessions, he might bring it up 3 times. Think about it. Steph is a 2
I haven't paid
guard.
enough attention to that to be able to call you an idiot.
I would say that. I mean, yeah, but I would say that Kyrie is an undersized. He's an undersized too.
He's undersized, but he will bring the ball up though.
I mean,
but I think I see where you're getting with that, but I think something happened between you and Kyrie.
No. I look. No.
You're a little mad at it.
No. I'm not mad at him at all. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that he's not a dynamic player. But when we're speaking it from the context of him saying Luka, we're talking about Chandler Parsons saying him and Luka could be the greatest backcourt.
That's not even.
But what I'm saying is, when we start speaking. Sometimes I think we speak of him in such high regard, and the way we speak of him, it's like, dang, has he won a scoring title? Dang, has he won an MVP? Dang, has he been the man on the team, and he's been the reason why they've been in that place? He's a really, really good player, and a dynamic one with the basketball. But it's not hate. It's just it's based off what we've seen.
Here's the only place I will give Chandler Parsons any kind of credit on this. A Dallas Mavericks team with a lot of holes and missing pieces and plays no defense. The two of them got them to the Western Conference Finals.
Lightning in a bottle, baby.
I know, but that ain't nothing.
Because now you got to do it again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, you get.
Luka did it.
That has a lot to do with Ant-Man not doing what he was supposed to do in that series. See, he was like my man said, damn, I fucked up. Dave Chappelle episode.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, we done fucked up.
That's us.
He took a lot of bad shots, and he was just trying to show everybody he had a jumper. Get to the rack, dude.
And now it's time for Luka to get some hardware in that trophy case. MVPs and things of that nature, and it's time for you to start, really contending for an NBA title. Because, like I said, when you continue to speak about some of these guys and things of that nature, he's still very young, but it's about that time for you to, hey, get it together.
You've been close. You've knocked on the door a few times. It's one of these days you got to kick it down.
Yeah, keep knocking. Knocking is cool, but if don't nobody answer, then it ain't.
Stand on the porch like an idiot.
Right.
Yeah.
I done seen people knock on doors for years that ain't open.
That's true. All right, let's move on to Darius Garland. Darius Garland said this week he's, quote, excited to stay healthy so I can get out there and shut up so many people that turned on me. Did we turn on Darius Garland?
It was the whole Donovan Mitchell thing. Him versus Donovan Mitchell.
But we didn't. I don't think anybody turned on him there.
Everybody got
did they?
I don't think so. I think everybody. I was more pissed off that they got Spider because he was going to
stunt his growth.
Yeah, you said that. You said that as soon as they picked him up that was a bad move for Darius. But is it because there were trade rumors that they were going to try and move him and keep Spider?
Yeah.
I guess he's taking that as disrespect.
Of course.
I think also he had a lot of crazy injuries this year. He hit in the face and he was out a couple of games. Tweak an ankle. It's like I think more importantly, he said he wants people to talk about him because he wasn't healthy last year, and he wants to come out and show that Cleveland is one of the best teams in the East. So I'm gonna give him that. I love Darius Garland's game.
Yeah, guys got rabbit ears. They always listen, even when they say they aren't listening. So it's something to add, as a chip on their shoulder. Guys are always looking for something. Like Michael Jordan always looked for something. He'll say somebody said something and they ain't really say it.
Oh, he did
just to get motivated. So, they do that.
Okay. We got a few more of these to get through, and then we're going to do a big shot of the week. And then this week's game, an NBA edition of Black Crime or White Crime. Celebrate the return of the NBA season. I got 5 stories. You just got to guess, was the NBA player black or white? All right, Giannis said this week he believes he might be traded if Milwaukee doesn't win a championship this season. Quote, "Yeah, if I don't win a championship, I might get traded. This is the job that we live. This is the world we're living in. It's everybody. At any given moment, if you don't succeed, that might be it for us. So you don't do a good enough, and you're out." I would just like to say there ain't a snowball's chance in hell that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to trade Giannis if he doesn't win a title this season. They might sign him for 50 more years if they can.
Hey, that was his way of throwing a towel in their face and, yo, motherfuckers, trade me because we don't win. I want out of this motherfucker. I'm letting you know now. I'm putting you on notice right now.
I love that. So that wasn't he might get traded. That was him saying, guess what?
Yes, guess what?
If we ain't get it done this year and y'all bring Doc Rivers back again, ship my ass out of town. I'm leaving.
Hey, that's the way of saying, oh, y'all traded me? That's the way to cover his ass. Instead of him saying,
I told you.
We don't win this year, I want to be fucking traded.
I told you. If we didn't win, they were going to trade me. I told you. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that happens in a million years.
But then again, was that his way of saying, yo, these other motherfuckers on the team, they need to go. They ain't helping me like I thought they would.
You can read into this stuff so many different ways. You're a pro at this. I love it. All right, let's do Wembanyama. Says he used to like a lot of the NBA stars that he followed until he realized they didn't put in the right work. Quote, "Others that I used to like, now I'm like, I'm just not sure they deserve it. Like, they don't seem to put in as much work as I thought." Don't meet your heroes, kids. That's the moral of the story. So I guess there's a lot of guys around the league he used to look up to that he found out, they don't really put in the work.
Here's the thing. I understand that. There's certain guys, like, we're going to take the Kobe Shaq thing. When you work at level 100, your level 100 might be equivalent to someone else's 50. You know what I mean? Like, my 100 is 50, but on your level is my 100 on your level is 50. Yeah. And so you can't really judge people by their work ethic because, and dude, you only been in the league 1 year. What the hell are you talking about, man? You talking about you don't know how people work yet?
The hell you talking about?
Exactly. So that's a funny part for him to say that. But hey, I've played with some guys that when I go from one team to another team, I'm watching this person work ethic. I'm like, no wonder this motherfucker better than you, But the thing is, that's who they are, and if you can't stop them and they good at what they do, hey, it ain't a crime if you ain't being successful.
He feeling himself, especially coming off the Olympics and being in the gold medal game. But I really
talk about Gobert.
Huh? I mean,
I was going to ask who do you think he's talking about, but yeah.
I mean, you could throw. He probably wasn't specific, but you could probably throw him in there. But I really think, man, I do think this league is in trouble when it comes to him because we saw him get comfortable. His size and everything and the way he moves already, in a sense, told me that, oh yeah, he's it, and we saw it last year. Coming into his sophomore season now with another level of confidence, what happened? You know how guys play when they play well in the Olympics, how that kind of helps them into the new season? Or with Jason Tatum, he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. So you got a guy that's a champion already, and Jaylen Brown for not being on the team,
being left off entirely.
So you got two guys who just coming out fresh of a title. What's up?
What Derek White saying?
Hey, I was there. I played.
I don't know where you guys were.
He looking at Taylor Brown and says, "Fuck you, motherfuckers!
Yeah,
I need 300 million."
Were y'all there? Did y'all make the trip? No.
But what I'm saying is, like,
I didn't see you on the plane. I mean,
those three dudes, Tatum, Brown, and Wemby. Hey, man, especially Wemby. Wemby say, look, y'all the world is in trouble. He didn't even say the NBA. He said the rest of the world is in trouble, and I believe him.
Okay.
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Hey, I need 2 seasons before I start believing the hype. You know, first season, it's so many NBA players. That first season, they have a good season. Then now we got, we come home, we plan for you. We understand you. We watch film on you. We can really see what your weaknesses are and your strengths are. So if he can do that this season, then I'll jump on that bandwagon. But right now, I'm like, dude, you just had a good rookie season. Let me see what you do in your sophomore season.
Okay.
Okay.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are ranked number 1 in ESPN's Power Index. They're projected to win at least 51 games this season. Do you think OKC breaks the 50-win mark again this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, everybody's on board for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's not even a hot take. They just said 51 wins, and everybody on this show is like, let's ride, baby. All right.
Because the thing is, when you go into the playoffs and you lose, you feel voids in that team, and they feel it, 2 voids in their team. So you get better. Every team that didn't make win the championship adds a piece to get better. They added 2 pieces.
Good. Last one, and we'll move on. Eric Karabell from ESPN says, don't be surprised if Joel Embiid misses half the season. The Sixers have 14 back-to-backs scheduled this year.
The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, right?
And Joel Embiid ain't going to play 41 games?
Rob,
he has to play more than 41 games because, first of all, Joel Embiid is the type of player that will, if he doesn't play and he's active, he will put on some LBs, and that means he's going to get even more hurt, and so he has to play games, so he's going to play more than that. And then as the owner, I'm sitting there and says, "Yo, motherfucker, you trying to follow the the Kawhi Leonard script? We ain't having that shit, so you can get your ass out there." So
no, I feel like he's going to play 50, 60. I think without a doubt.
82 games in the season. I think he'll play like 55 games. 55
games. All right. Yeah, I think he's somewhere between 50. And I don't know if he quite gets into the 60. I mean, if he's legitimately going to sit out all his back-to-backs and they have 14, the ceiling at this point is what? 78 games or 68 games, I mean? So even if he sits out all the back-to-backs, their ceiling is 68 if he's healthy and he plays every other available game, which I don't think is going to happen. But I don't think he's going to miss half the season. Damn. That's a fat old piece of time. All right, are you going to the World Series?
I don't think so.
It's a 2-3-2 format. So first 2 in L.A., next 3 is in New York.
Mm-hmm. I thought the first 2 in New York, aren't they?
No, y'all have the better record.
No, so, I thought they won the All-Star game.
Oh, that doesn't apply anymore.
That doesn't apply anymore. It's
about
record.
They don't do that anymore.
It's about record now.
That was a
you
short
all
lived.
start the first 2 in L.A.
Okay.
You were looking at prices earlier. What are the prices to get in?
You want to sit in the top?
Yeah,
$1,500.
$1,500 to sit on the roof of Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean it's the World Series, man.
Yeah.
And it is the 2 biggest media markets in the country. It is Los Angeles and New York, and arguably 2 of the largest brands in all of baseball, maybe let alone all of sports, the Dodgers and the Yankees. I mean, of course, that's going to be every bit of $1,500 to get in the door. I'm not surprised by that. But with it being in your backyard, I just figured, I don't know. Did you get out to any of the NLCS games or no?
I went to the.
I know you went to the division series. I didn't know if you got out for the championships.
I wanted to go, but I wasn't here. I was out of town.
Yeah, you were traveling.
Yeah.
All right.
So hopefully I can go to a World Series game.
All right. Well, let's. We're gonna get to NBA black crime or white crime here in a second. I just want to give out big shot of the week. Well, you know what? We'll push this one. We'll push this one to Friday's show. I want to talk about Deshaun Watson, but we're gonna talk about it on the bonus show Friday. because we're running along here. The big shot of the week is going to go to Kendall Perusny and Mary McCormick. They are two teenage girls who attend Albion Middle School in Western New York. Here's why. They were working on a project, and they found a man named Daniel Waterhouse was a U.S. Army veteran who died in 1910. And he was buried in an unmarked grave in the section of the poorhouses cemetery for people that couldn't afford headstones. This was all part of a school project. So these two young ladies went out and petitioned the VA to get this man a headstone and a proper burial plot, and freaking got it for him. This dude's been gone for 114 years. He passed away in 1910. The U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs told Fox News on Friday that Walter House's new headstone is going to be delivered in December. So these two girls found this forgotten Army vet who was buried in and petitioned the VA, got this man a headstone and a fresh burial and all this stuff. And, dude, I can't get my kid to put down YouTube for like 5 minutes. These girls petitioned the VA to get a headstone for a guy who's been dead for 114 years. Big shot, young ladies. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Because VA got a lot going on, so for them to take the time and know where to go, first of all, to get it done. So big up.
I mean,
big
just
shout out to them.
All the research that had to go into finding this guy and where he was buried and stuff. Oh my God.
Nah, we skipped something.
What did we skip?
I got something to say.
Oh, go, man.
I got something to say to Cleveland fans.
Oh, we skipped Deshaun. I was going to push him to the Pona show, but go ahead. We'll do it here.
Y'all, well, I'm going to try to clean this up.
Okay.
Clean this up. Y'all ain't worth a damn. You all, despite what Deshaun may have done or may not have done, he's not been convicted yet. Now, I know we have all the jokes and everything when it comes to whoop-de-whoop-de-woo.
I see you're wrong, though. I think this is very little about all this conviction stuff.
Fine. Okay, cool. Let's put that to the side.
Okay.
I understand this is about the $230 million guarantee.
I think that's very
I understand that. One, and I understand when you're getting paid that much money, regardless of what you don't have, you're there to overcompensate for certain things that you don't have. But one, it's not all on him. He's played like crap, but it's not all on him. And then number two, to see a man go out there every single day, for him to have an Achilles injury, which is the worst you could possibly have, and then for you all to yell at him and scream, "You deserve it." This is a culmination of not just the $230 million. This has something to do with the trial and everything that he's going through as well. They could not wait for something negative to happen to Deshaun because it seemed like nothing bad was happening to him. He's not been arrested. He hasn't been convicted. And he's still getting paid his money, and he's playing bad. So to everybody, they're looking at it from the standpoint, he's winning. He's winning in every aspect except on the field. So now that he's injured, and now that he has an Achilles injury, and that's the most heinous one you can have, and he's out for the season, now everybody feels as though it's retribution. He's getting his just due. Now he's getting what he deserves. That's disgusting. You don't wish that upon anybody, especially your starting quarterback. I understand that he hasn't earned his money, but it still doesn't mean that you're justified by quoting and by yelling, "You deserved it." No, especially Cleveland. Y'all don't have no room to talk. It ain't like you got a bevy of quarterbacks that have led you to the promised land. You have a whole list of trash-ass quarterbacks throughout your history.
Tim Couch is pissed at you.
There's a man out there with a jersey.
He's pissed at you somewhere, yeah.
He has a jersey with a list of all the quarterbacks going down the back of the jersey that you've had that have failed.
Yeah.
Yes, none of them have been guaranteed $230 million, so I know the money matters. I get that. But the fact of the matter is this man just ruptured his Achilles. It could take a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years to fully heal from something like that. And because you don't like the way that he was playing, you all sit up there in the stands, and once it happens, sit up here and say, "You deserve it." Man, get the hell out of here, man. Y'all, that trash-ass franchise deserves everything it's gotten. Them, the Giants, all these trash-ass franchises who don't know what the hell they doing, who has piss-poor ownership, they all deserve it. This is the reason why you've been where you've been the last 20 years. That's all I got to say. Okay. It's not me defending Deshaun Watson, but it is me talking about the trash-ass fans who want to sit up there and yell something about, "You deserve it."
Well, listen, there's a line here where there's injury to a person, and then there's you're upset about a contract or about the play of a person. Those are very separate things. I mean, it doesn't matter how bad he's playing or what he's getting paid or what any of that stuff. When a dude goes down like that, you don't wish that on anybody. I don't care how mad you are at the guy. You don't want to see anybody go down with an injury like that. Like you said, especially the Achilles. And the fact that they booed him while he was getting carted off the field is pretty horrible. I mean, the Philadelphia fans threw batteries at Santa Claus, and this might be lower on the rung than that. I mean,
and they got a more recent history of winning. When the last time Cleveland won, LeBron had to come back for you to win, and that's basketball.
And they ain't had much of anything else. That's for sure. So I don't know. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, when fans always feel they have a right to say and do what they want because they pay for that one event, for that one day, and it just gives them a sense of entitlement, and that's the one thing that we as players we have to understand. And a lot of times with Mike Malone, we don't give a shit what you say, because the only person we give a shit about is, first of all, our spouse, our partner, our kids, our parents, and then the organization. If they ain't having a problem, we don't really give a shit what the fans say, and that's the way your attitude has to be, because they have it now with now with this day and age with social media, when guys come off the halftime, they're looking at their fucking phones. I'm so happy that that's been outlawed. But now guys can't do that, because you can't give a shit what fans say. They halftime, the fan that's saying something, you say, hey, I give you $1 million to make 2 free throws, and I'm gonna give you 20 shots, and they won't make 2 free throws. That's how terrible they are. So they have no right to talk about someone's athletic ability or what they do, because they take one day, 1 3-4 hour moment out of their lives and pay for a ticket. And but that's, hey, like we always say, the job was dangerous. You knew the job was dangerous when we took it, and that's what players have to understand. There are going to be fans that are some assholes. There are going to be some fans that are going to send them some sympathy love. So it is what it is.
And make no mistake about it, I'm not defending Deshaun Watson. This is not a defense of Deshaun Watson.
It's just a bad look.
It's just the act of the fans.
It's a bad.
You've been holding this in for quite some time, hoping that something bad was going. Because it's not just. We say it's not just a 230. It's not just a $230 million guarantee. It is a little bit of the fact that he has not been arrested or been convicted. It's a culmination of everything. And I think some people were waiting on something to happen and something to take place that would say, aha, he's getting his just due. And it took him rupturing his Achilles on that field for now people to say, you know what? Yes.
He might after this watching him being carted off and watching how emotional he was, and I guarantee it's one of those moments she was like, oh shit, I'm hurt for 2 years. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna get my money and just sit here and fuck y'all. If they give you a fuck you money moment, you give them a fuck you moment back.
Because guess what? You're worth what they're willing to pay. And guess what? They were willing to give you $230 million guaranteed. So guess what? Congratulations, Cleveland. You're getting what you deserve.
Yeah, you are. That's absolutely right. And he's going.
I don't give a shit.
He does not care. All right, let's wrap this thing up with a game. It's a short game this week because we ran long with all these NBA hot takes, which I thought were fun, though. Well, the NBA is back, and it wouldn't be an NBA season if some people didn't go to jail for shit. So, well, I've gone back through, and I've pulled some of my all-time favorite NBA arrests, which I'm going to give to you both now. It is your job to tell me, was the defender, or the offender, I should say, African-American or Caucasian? This is the NBA edition.
Are you going to tell us the player?
Of black crime or white crime? No, I'm not.
Of course not. Did we know who it is?
You're going to go, oh, I played with him. He's black.
No. After we say, if we miss it, black or white.
I have the players.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've got the players. I got the teams they played for, the years they played, all that stuff.
Okay.
It's your job, though, to guess, was this crime a black crime or a white crime? The only difference here, it's an NBA player involved. While eating at a Detroit Chinese restaurant with his pals Thomas Hitman Hearns and Jalen Rose, this NBA star apparently decided to stand up and urinate in front of dozens of shocked patrons. He drove off in his Bentley convertible after being asked to leave. Police were called and he was later arrested and pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct. So he's at dinner with Jalen Rose and Hitman Hearns and decides, middle of the restaurant, great place to take a leak. Black crime or white
I say
crime?
black because of who he with.
Okay. So you ain't rolling with Hitman Hearns and Rose if you're a white guy? Okay, I got
Nah,
it.
it just depends on who the white guy is.
I was going to say.
Like if it's Max Crosby, yeah, you'll roll with him.
Yeah.
Hey, if it ain't Bill Lambert, that's the last white player that was
The
in
last
Detroit.
white man in Detroit. That's the name of this week's show, by the way, when you see it pop up in your feed. The last white man in Detroit.
I'm gonna go. Dang, I'm gonna go white.
You're going to go white. The player was Derek Coleman.
DC?
He's a black man. Yeah, sorry. Rob
Can
got
I
that
give you a
right.
thought process about this game, about this edition of this game?
Okay.
Well, no, all right, there are a lot of white guys.
Yeah, no. Look,
Like you had to mix this up.
I'm not doing 5 black crimes straight through. No, hell, not
Half of
happening.
this league is black.
Cancel
Come on
me
now.
now. Cancel me now. We did black crime, all black guys.
All
Like,
black.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
Cancel me now. No, Derek Coleman, by the way, this is the second of what would be 3 arrests for him in the year 1999. And he is an NBA crime legend. He has a total of a record of 7 total arrests during his NBA career. He currently holds the
DC.
record. So DC getting it done. All right, story number 2. This NBA star was attempting to board a flight in Texas when TSA officials searched his bag and found an herb grinder that contained a small amount of marijuana, for which, for some reason, he brought with him to the airport. He was then arrested for possession of less than 2 ounces of marijuana. Was this a black player or a white player?
I think I know who this is. I'm going to say white player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rob says he thinks he knows who it is.
I'm gonna go white again.
Okay. Who do you think it is, Rob?
Ain't it Birdman?
No, Alex Caruso.
AC Fresh?
Happened to AC Fresh in 2021. So you're both right. It was a white crime. Yeah. AC Fresh bringing an herb grinder and weed to the airport, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, story number 3.
I would never expect that of AC Fresh.
I know, man, but it was a Lakers story, so I thought for sure. I was like, Rob knows this was Lakers 2021. This happened. All right, a little over a week after being drafted by the Hornets and becoming a professional basketball player, this NBA star got into an altercation during a pickup game and punched a high schooler twice in the face. He was arrested for battery on a minor. Black crime or white crime?
Black guy.
Black. PJ Hairston played for the Hornets in 2014 when this happened. Indeed, he was a black man.
Crazy.
Punched a high schooler twice in the face in a pickup game.
He must have did you wrong on the court. Ain't no way you punching a high school kid if he ain't cross you up or two.
No, yeah, he
probably got dunked on.
Yeah, he got cooked somewhere on that court, and he got super pissed about it. All right.
What's wrong with you? You look confused.
The door's open.
And I looked out here.
Did one of the dogs come in or something? I saw it open.
The other one about to come in too. Look.
One of the dogs just pushed the door open?
Yeah, when the door was closed, I guarantee you Candace did that.
Oh, and opened it for the dog. Dogs want in. Yeah. All right, 2 more. Ready? This NBA star was denied entry to a Miami Beach club due to being too inebriated and refused to leave the scene. Officers responded and the man became aggressive, shouting slurs, and was placed under arrest. Black crime or white crime? You ain't gonna let me into the club. We gonna fight.
White.
White.
Why? Because he was shouting slurs?
No.
Man, you guys
It's just
should
they
hang
don't.
that-
Because they would know who the black guy is, they would let him in the club. So they don't let the white guy in the club.
Damn it, son of a bitch. You're both right.
I ain't never. I'm gonna be honest, because I think black people do shout slurs. They just don't consider them slurs.
Yeah.
They just not consider
It's
slurs.
true. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck you want, but I better shut up. This was Vitaly Potapenko.
Oh yeah, ain't no brother
played for
named
the
that.
Thunder in 2004 when this happened. So,
yeah.
all right, last story.
He's a coach now.
Is he really? I didn't know that. This NBA star. I love this story. I saved it for last. This NBA star was arrested at an Arkansas skating rink after officers spotted him cursing and being aggressive toward another roller skater. After refusing to stop, officers moved in to arrest him, at which point he tried to break free and flee on roller skates. Yeah!
Hey, that's black.
That's white.
You think so?
White.
Do you know that for a
white.
fact, Rob?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you
No.
knew the situation.
The Arkansas
Hey, the
roller
funny
skating
part-
rink? Okay.
I only know one white guy from Arkansas that plays basketball.
Okay.
Everybody else, so I'm killing myself on this.
black.
He
one.
played
Go
for
ahead.
the Suns in 2014. This was Archie Goodwin,
Oh, no.
a black man. Yeah, it was. Show was. I love that he tried to get away from the cops on roller skates. There's not, that might be like, I wish we had that to Benny Hill music.
I know, right?
That's just perfect, man.
Can you guys? I know you probably can skate, Harp. Can you skate?
Can I
Rob?
skate? Yeah, I used to play when I was in college. I played a lot of street hockey.
Bro, I ain't been
So-
skating in a long time.
Yeah, I have my rollerblades and stuff, and yeah, I like those
That's-
more than roller skates because the inline skates are.
I think last time I went roller skating was Christian's birthday, like 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, Jane is big on roller skating, so every now and then we take her to the rink up the street, and yeah, I get to get my white guy dad on.